Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Texas Gal Treasures. Today I have a haul. I went out garage selling yesterday, and I've got a haul for you. And there was one thing that I absolutely could not find. Hang on, mute that. And I couldn't find it. So I am going to show you what I am doing to try to figure out this thing here in just a sec. And then I feel like no, it was Friday. I went out yesterday. It was Saturday. I was like, because I got this box and I opened it. I'll have to link later. It was one of the last ones I did, but it was like $25 for box and contents, and it was filled with jewelry. That would have been a mess. Well, I say filled. It had jewelry, and so I did a video where we went through that. Definitely found some cool stuff. So if you're interested in checking that out, there was some amber and some other stuff in there that's really going to bring in some good profits. But I thought I would share with you some of the other things that I picked up. This wasn't everything, but some of the other stuff I got was for me. But I did a ride along, so we'll be able to see it. Hi, and I am live. So hey in the chat if you're here live. But let's jump in. Let me show you what I got. Some winners, some not so great pickups. So howdy. The first thing that I was sharing, and I just have to say, I was doing this as a video, not a live. And guess what happened? I got all the way to the very end and realized I forgot to hit record. You guys, I forgot to hit record. Yeah. All right, so I got these for $5, and they're clanging around. They're Funko Disney collab with little characters. So that one has Belle from Beauty and the Beast. There. This one has Elastigirl from The Incredibles. I just like the tins, honestly. This one has Woody from Toy Story. And then this one is from Pinocchio and has Jiminy Cricket on the inside. But unfortunately, hang on, it's not sharing. Share. Why isn't it sharing? Oh, what have I done now? Hello. Hang on, let me take it off. Add to stage. There we go. So unfortunately, why won't it let me share it like that? It's not letting me. Oh, maybe because it's not saying it's not a person. You can't share it like that. Okay. They're selling for a whole lot. The Belle one, I couldn't find any of them that were sold. There were a couple up for sale, and then the others, there were ones that were, I don't know, about $5 or so. I think the tins are really cool though. Some of them didn't have the tins, so I just need to go dig a little deeper and find out, like, is it just the character? Because I'm like, the tins are pretty cool. So if I can get more for the tin, then that's what I'm going to do. See if just selling the tin, trying to close it because it's loud, if that would be a better, because sometimes you separate things and they sell better. So I'll have to double check on that for those. So that's cool. Hi in the chat. I know sometimes it bothers people if I talk to the chat, but this is what's happening today. It was going to be a recorded video. It really was. All right. The next thing that I got, let me come back over here, were these salt and pepper shakers. And when I got them, I had already spent about, it was like 18.75 or 18.25 or something like that. And the lady's like, I don't have a lot of change. I was like, well, okay, I'll see if I can find something else for the rest, like $1 and something. And so I saw these salt and pepper shakers sitting there, and now it's blocking out. It went out and in. Here we go. Is there a better way? No. I'm playing around here, trying to figure out. Okay. So what they are is, and I honestly thought they were silver plate, but then when I got in the car and looked at them, they are sterling silver. So they're Goram sterling 1113. Thank you. Oh, Kim says, I love the tins, especially Woody. Yay. And Jack says, yay, bonus for us. Thank you. All right. So these are sterling, which is fantastic. And let's take a peek at what they're going to sell for, because I said so. So here are some solds. These best offer taken $80. These are pretty much identical to the ones I've got, sold for $70 plus shipping. These sold for $80. So you can see I think I did pretty well for those. Sterling. See, those sold for $45. I will just see how it goes. But then there's one that sold for $90, $95. Pretty cool. So those are going to really bring in some good money. Spent about $1.50 on them. What would the profit be on that? If they sold, let's say, for $70 after fees and everything, maybe like a $60 profit, 55, 60, depending on how much the man wants to take, right? He wants his share. Dang it. All right, next I got this for $1 in the, oh, I was trying to leave the stickers on, but I knew in the, when I was recording this, I was peeling the prices off as I went, but I left that one on. Go me. So I spent $1 on this. When I first got it, I thought it was Wedgwood. I didn't even look, but it's not Wedgwood. It is, well, somebody's saying on here it's Wedgwood, but it's not. But it was Schaefer and Vader. Is that right? I think so. Because it's not Wedgwood. Schaefer and Vader. It's got the little crown. And I just thought it was so unique with that ram's head spout for this creamer. What I found, let me share with you. Here we go. Let me make it bigger. See, this one says it's Wedgwood, but then there are some others that I pulled up. See, Schaefer and Vader. Where's the base on this? Does it have the crown? See, yeah, that's got the little crown there. Okay, maybe they just, I mean, because if I honestly thought it was Wedgwood. I wonder if that's sort of a keyword stuffing kind of deal. Or maybe they really thought it was Wedgwood. I'm looking at the bottom because now I'm curious. Curiouser and curiouser. I don't know. Anyway, but it sold for about $20, so yay. So this one probably about the same. And I do, because I sell on eBay and Etsy, I don't always just go off the eBay price because sometimes people don't buy things on eBay, and so they're just looking at Etsy. So I kind of take that Etsy price, eBay price, and I kind of find a mishmash somewhere in there and then do best offer because that's just what I like to do. So, right. Let's see. Cheryl says, picked some of this at an estate sale. Hadn't had a chance to look at it. Oh, yours are pewter. Very cool. Very cool. So everybody Levi's. I bought some jeans a while back and they were okay. But I'm not opposed to it. If I see them, I'll look over them and pretend like I know what I'm looking for. But I really don't. So, but if they're for the right price, I would. All right, next up. Oh, yeah. The next thing I've got here is this ornament. This is put out by like the town I live in. And I don't know if it's the town or the county. Nation's Treasures. I have a feeling other cities do it as well. And the reason I got it is because this year is my first winter here. And on the neighborhood, like city page, people were like lamenting that they weren't doing these this past year. And they were like, but my collection has gone back since I was a child or what have you. And now this ruins it forever. You know how people are on social medias. Anyway, so I saw this, was like, oh, this is what they're talking about. So these are the the town city ornaments, right? And I guess they sell. I didn't do a giant dig on them, but let me go back. Okay, because I had it listed. Here we go. So this is a Smithsonian type one, but here's one that's similar. It's not the same location, historical location or whatever. This one's up for sale for $60. Then there's Nation's Treasures ornaments, $54 for the lot of them. I don't know if they're all from, I imagine this is a company that does this for lots of different cities and towns and whatnot. I didn't find any first that were sold, so we'll just have to see on that one. But I think I paid $1 on that one. Then, okay, we're coming back to you. Oh no, is this the rooster or is that the other one? Maybe I closed out all of my tabs too. I was so frustrated. All right, next up, I shared this briefly in the jewelry video, but these are Bakelite poker chips. So these They're old poker chips, right? And they have the clack. Here, this sounds cool. Ready? If you're a sound person. Huh? They've got a much heavier clacky sound than just regular plastic. Right? Okay. So we've got some Bakelite poker chips. Hopefully you got that in the mic. And they are... So this one is similar to the kind I have, but I don't have that many. So here we've got 103 that sold for $48. But you can see, you know, I don't know. I'll have to count it up. If you find one of these, though, I keep seeing these, the Bakelite poker chip holders. Dang, $280, 300 something dollars. So be on the lookout for those poker chip holders, because I'm going to scroll real quick. Because there's a lot and they're selling for a pretty penny. Yeah. 415. Look on that one. Wow. Pretty cool. So got those cool Bakelite chips, and hey, everybody in the chat. And then, so probably around $40. I'll have to double check on those and just see, like, on average, are they selling like $1 a piece, or, you know, $1 for 2 of them? Then another thing I got were these napkin rings, and there's a variety of different styles. They're wood. I got these for $1. This is something that we used to make my list for things I love to sell, and they don't sell as well as they used to, but I'm a firm believer that things go out of fashion and then they come back into fashion. So like the napkin rings and like coasters aren't selling like they used to for me, but for $1 I got them. And let's see, my tabs are a little out of order. Here we go. So what I think is I'm going to go ahead and list them, and I mean, they're like not selling great, but $7.20, that's what these sold for. I'm looking for ones that are just plain wood, not decorated or anything. Hang on. I had some other one. I had it pulled up. Y'all, I did this video. So here, $9.75 on this bunch, you know, but $15 best offer taken, $10 over here. And so while I still, you know, a good $8 to $12 profit depending on what it is. So very happy about that. Why aren't you selling brand clothes? The reason is I just don't sell a lot of clothes. Look, you want to see all of my clothing inventory? There's one there. There's 2 over there. I think I have a few other things down there. I sell hats and things like that though, but I don't like it. That's why. I've been doing this a long time and I've learned what I do and don't like. I don't like selling clothes. It's not fun for me. I don't want to iron or clean or wash or bleh. No. I don't even want to do it for my own clothes. So I just have a pile. All right, then we've got Casa Bonita. Casa Bonita. Casa Bonita. Bum, ba-dum. Okay, so I had to sing the Casa Bonita song. That sold, or I picked it up for $1. Casa Bonita is apparently a Denver mainstay. It was bought by the guys that made South Park, and because they grew up here, and there's an episode of South Park where Cartman really wants to go to Casa Bonita, and so yeah, they bought it, they refurbished it, and I had a nice conversation with this couple. We finally got to go there. It was like a lottery system, and we signed up, and it was like a year almost. And we moved here in June, and we didn't get picked till like April to get to go. But it's not just a regular Mexican restaurant. The food is atrocious. It's not really good. But from what they told me, it's better than it used to be. And there's like cliff divers and like all kinds of crazy stuff, fortune tellers. And I took a bunch of video when we went, but I just haven't put it up. So long story short, that's why I bought the Casa Bonita. So Casa Bonita mug, and it's in pristine condition. So here's one that sold for $15. What else we got here? Somebody made some Casa Bonita earrings. How funny is that? Yeah. So Probably about 15 bucks is what I will sell this one for. I'll have to look and see if there's a bunch up for sale. Let's go look, shall we? Let me take off sold and see. Oh, there's a pair of them. There's a few. See, that's up for 17, 10. Yeah, I'll probably still list mine for 15. Oh, look, somebody's taken the original menu. Oh, ooh la la. I'm like, did I lift anything from Casa Bonita while I was there? No, but there was like a fortune telling machine, kind of like the Zoltar type, and it spit out little fortunes. And I do have those. That was pretty cool. And they say Casa Bonita on the back. You hate doing clothes too. Yeah, totally. I don't want to measure. I tried. Y'all, I tried. I just couldn't. I couldn't like it. If I find something nice, and I've sold, some jackets. I have a few things that I've sold. Okay, next up, don't be fooled by this price. We'll talk about that here in a second. So I got this at a garage sale, the same one that I got this brother over here. And apparently there's a little one that goes with, but the father and daughter were like, where's the little one? And she's like, I took it. I wanted it. Okay, fine. I'm like, I don't care. I just want the rooster. It's got a Swedish name on the bottom. Svensk Slojed. And I'm sure I butchered it. So I paid $1 for this rooster. And let me get to the right. I couldn't find a lot on, let's see, where was I? So I looked on eBay, and this was the closest I could find for this. But on Etsy, there were a few. So look, there's a teeny one over here that is up for 48, 43. Here you can see with the partner, $69.99. And then when I saw this giant one, I was like, whoa, super large. It says 45 centimeters. Y'all, I needed that in American because I don't speak centimeters. But it's at 17 inches. So I'm like, no, mine is definitely not 17 inches. Mine's more like 12 inches. So the joke was that, the bigger the rooster, the higher the price. And I didn't want to say the bigger the what. Started with C. Anyway, so if you have the big one, then you can really make some money. But I don't have a giant one. But mine's not as little as this, unless that person has a ginormous hand and a very, very tiny rooster. So, exactly. Anyway, so I'll probably list this for, I don't know, $60 or so, because mine is a pretty big one, but it's not 17 inches. Yeah. But look at this one. Those are cute. Those are the pair for 99. Anyway, so my big boy is going to get sold for maybe like $60, $70 is what I'll list it for. Yeah, that's the plan. See, doing this live tempered me because on the recording that didn't get recorded, I said it. I said it. And I was like, see, size does matter. That's what she said. Okay. So next up, same garage sale. I got this little duck. It's silver plate, though it doesn't look like it. It looks pewter, doesn't it? But it says silver plate. It's Leonard silver plate duck. And I paid $1, like I said. Hang on, let me get back over here. Oh wait, let me just hit the back button. And what happened with this duck is that it's not selling for that much, which I was kind of bummed out about. Hang on, let me try to make it where it's bigger. There, no. Anyway, so here's one that sold for 10, and somebody polished this one up and it sold for 15. So there are a few, and mine still has the blue eyes, which is good because there are some that didn't. But I'm like, dang it. But here's what I thought. I thought, okay, 9 sold. So maybe if there's not that many up for sale, I can still price it higher. And I'm laughing at the chat. No, I'm right there with you. But no, there's 80 of them up for sale. So dang, right? My only saving grace is that I don't just sell on eBay. I cross post things. So if you're looking on Etsy or one of these other like Mercari or somewhere else, and you find my duck, it might not be swimming in a sea of all these other ducks, right? So that's crossing fingers so I can list it for maybe $15, hopefully, and make a little bit more from it. The next thing that I got, which I've never bought one of these before, so that's my excuse. I was at one of these vintage tree topper. It's even got the little adapter on there. Stars, which I thought, okay, cool. I know it's vintage. I paid $0.25 for it. Super cool. But yeah, it's not selling for a lot either. However, once again, I paid $0.25. So here's a, let's see, that's a white one. I saw one more like mine. So here we go. That one sold for $6.99 and, you know, $10 maybe, $8. This pair looks almost exactly like mine. Look at this. That's a stuff of nightmares right there. So yeah, kind of bummer that it's not. I'll definitely look, here we go. There's almost $15 on this one. I'll probably list it more in that range and get a good picture like this one that's got it lit up. But yeah, but honestly, even at $10, I paid $0.25 for it. So that's still like $7 or $8 profit. And I'm okay with that. I know some people are very like, it's not worth it. Like, no, that's like a pack of bread. What do they call it? A loaf of bread. That's bread for my children that I don't have to go and steal from the bread man, the baker down the street. All right, next up, I got this. It is a vintage handkerchief bag, and I spent $1 on it. This one is painted, right? So it's painted, and then the inside, it's Honolulu, Hawaii. There's a sweet little poem. And then this one does have a hanky inside that says mother. It's been embroidered. So super sweet. Get back in there, you. There were only like 2 or 3 that I actually saw. So let's take a look at what we found. So this is a like really super patriotic one. This is up on Etsy. Hang on, let me make this bigger so you can. Uh-oh, I clicked the wrong button. Why won't it let me go back? Did it open a new tab? It sure did. Okay. And this one is up for $45. And no, that's not. That's the one I accidentally opened. And then there's this one that's really more similar to what I've got. That's got the painted hanky holder. It says remember me. This one's up for $22. However, the inside on this one is like Lookout Mountain in Tennessee. So I have a feeling I could sell mine for more because it's got Hawaii on the inside of it. So going kind of between, I didn't see any on eBay. Nope, I don't even have it open anymore. My thoughts are probably, you know, in that same realm of $40 maybe. 40 more than the other one, but maybe the same or less than on this one. I don't know though. This one looks a little more contemporary. That flag looks a little more contemporary, but who knows? It's cute, right? Okay. Then let me make sure I've got everything before we jump over here. I think I got it all. All right. So here's this guy, right? Got him for $1, which is great. I thought he was super cool. He looks like antiqued brass, but he's not. It's resin. So it's a resin antiqued look rooster. And I searched, you know, I tried to type in, this is what I do. I'll try to type in all the keywords I can think of. Antiqued, rooster, traveler, farmer, because he's wearing overalls. And he's got a staff and a basket and all the keywords I could possibly think of. And I couldn't come up with anything. So the next step, I'm going to close out these other tabs so you can see, and I'm not flipping through too many things. The next thing I did was a Google image search, which a lot of people have asked how I do it, but then also asked how do I get the picture from my phone to the computer? Because you can do it on your phone if you pull it up. But what I do is I get a picture. It's got to recognize my face. Do you ever have your phone not recognize your face and you're like, what happened? So I take a picture of it, try to get like a white, you know, background where it's not got a lot of other stuff going on. And then because I have Apple devices, so this is a iPhone, I have my computers, an Apple computer, I can airdrop it. So there's a little like square with an arrow, and I'll click that and it pulls up this airdrop a copy, and it'll send it straight to my computer. But if you can't do that, you can just email it to yourself and then grab it off your email on your computer. I used to do that too. So then what I did was I opened up Google. Let me get this over here. Hang on. So you can see, trying to get where you can see. And then I just take the image, get back to it. Where are you? And then I just drop it over here. Nope, that's not right. I did it wrong. Sometimes it'll grab it. But if you click this little picture button now, you can drag and drop it, or you can search for it. It gives you the search. All right, so it searched it, right? But still didn't find anything. So, because here's like a bronze. Did I say brass earlier? I feel like I said brass. Antiqued bronze. You know what I mean. I'm sure I'm going to have somebody correct me. I say the wrong words. Heaven forbid. So I still don't find it, which I have a love-hate relationship with. I love it because somebody else could be looking for it and mine's like the only one out there. But then it turns into like, what do I price it at? And what do I do next? So basically, I will just start writing out like what I see here. So antiqued, bronze look, resin, traveler, rooster, farmer, staff, basket, and just try to put as many keywords that if let's say you had this in was your dad's and it fell off the shelf and it broke and your heart broke and you want a new one. Like, what do I say? How do I don't know. Because it doesn't have a brand or anything. So you just start typing in like, what do I see? Right. And the reason I say traveler is, you ever see those wooden figures and they're like usually old men with beards and they have a long staff and they're, anyway, they're called travelers. So it kind of looks like travelers. So Janet says, if you have a cloud storage, your photos. Oh, yes, true. I do have that as well. So if I could probably go get it off of iCloud. So yeah, that's what I'll do. And then I'll probably price it pretty high. I might check and see if I find anything else that is similar with like a basket. Maybe it's a pig or something else, and kind of see like, what's the price range for those? But truly, it doesn't matter, because if this is the only one, get those too. Sorry, it keeps chopping out. I think the Wi-Fi right now is being weird. But, that's the nature of the game when you're reselling. So you can put your price on it. So at this moment, I don't know. I'm guessing at least $50, but maybe more. That's my thoughts on this. He's pretty cool. And he's functional. You can put stuff in there like your toothpaste or toothpicks or other things that start with T. Oh, the paper. No. Yeah, so that's that. I think I got everything for you guys. I had a couple little rings that I got as well, but this is just a little stainless steel. Looks like a spoon. This one is sterling with a little bit of onyx. And then a toe ring. Why? I thought it might be silver, but it's not. I was just moving quickly. But I am going out again next weekend, and I did get footage from me going garage sailing, which I have not edited yet. So we'll see how that goes. All right. I think that's everything, but I appreciate y'all coming to hang out live. And if you're watching later, thank you so much for being here. And I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks so much for hanging out. Bye, everybody.